What's up guys, Zenigami here, and let's go through 30 stamina Hawkins hard mode Colosseum stage. Oh yes, everyone's favorite Colosseum stages that are pretty darn hard. Now what we're going to be doing with Hawkins is we're going to be trying out a double Mihawk team with level 1 anti-lock. That's what we're looking for right there. That level 2 anti-lock is much preferred, and we might get in trouble with the level 1. With the level 1, I'm going to either try to get lucky with how Sanji locks us, or I'm going to try to eat 2 hits from Sanji. So these first bunch of stages, I am just going to be stalling like a, dictator. I'm just gonna kill these guys one at a time. Ka-choo! I could heal for like nothing with this team. We're just gonna hit it. Stage 4 is Sanji, Mr. Prince Sanji. Mr. Prince Sanji, of course, does the same thing that he does on his previous stage, but you have to remember that his stats here are greatly reduced from the previous stage. He still attacks for about the same amount, but he only has about 1 million health versus his 2.3 million health that he had before. So it's much easier to kill Sanji on stage 4. On stage 3 here, the turtle is gonna be our lifesaver. We're going to be stalling on him for as long as we can. And we're going to wait, kill this guy, and then kill this guy next stage after that. Choo! And your turn. Turtley, turtley. And I don't know how much I can go for. Let's give it a roll. Dear Mr. Turtle. I can heal for, oh my goodness, I can heal for like 300. Oh, amazing! The best. The best healing you'll see out of a slasher team. So, with the Mihawk ship, we do have 20,000 health. And we are going to try to kill Hawkins in one turn. In order to kill Hawkins in one turn, I'm going to need a red orb on Arlong. If I don't get a red orb on Arlong, I will die. So that's something I'm going to pay very, very close attention to try to get a red orb on Arlong whenever we leave Sanji. So we will kill this now. Goodbye. We also need to have Koza and Dofi ready. If you have a Mr. 1, the good slasher boost character that also reduces damage, he will work to also give you a nice damage boost. But we need to save all of our specials for Hawkins. So what we're gonna do is try to kill Sanji in 4 turns. And hope that if we get really, really lucky, Sanji will just lock our shanks. So what Sanji would do is every 2 turns, or every so it's first turn he'll lock for 1 turn, then he'll lock for 2 turns, and then he locks for 3 turns. Under 20%, you have to watch out for that. That's 11,000 damage if he attacks under 20%. So you really want to avoid that. This is going to be a 2-turn lock, which will basically be a 1-turn lock. Hopefully it goes onto the Shanks, our bottom left corner, since he's already locked for 99 turns. Ooh, our Mihawk got locked. That's a pain. That means I basically only have 1 turn to attack Mirror. This is why the 2-turn lock is really nice, because then you have that extra turn to lock. Alright, we're gonna have to avoid that 20%. Very carefully avoid that 20%. And then hope that he locks someone good. Please? Oh, he hasn't locked yet. Cool, okay. And I really need a red orb on Arlong. Really super duper fingers crossed for a red orb on Arlong. And I don't want to stall the turn because I don't want Sanji to lock us. He will lock us in that next turn. Yes! The orb on Arlong. And the reason that I am really trying to one-shot Hawkins, or 2-shot Hawkins if at all possible. This one I should be able to one-shot him. Is Hawkins has 2.2 million health. Hawkins attacks every 3 turns, or he can be stalled, but he attacks every 3 turns for 14,000 damage. But every 2 turns, at the start of that third turn every 2 turns at the start of the next turn, so it won't be stopped by things like Perona and stuff that prevent damage at the end of the turn, because it does happen at the beginning of the turn. He deals 1/100th of the damage that he takes in those last 2 turns. That's what that little fist is. That means he's going to reflect damage back at you. So every 2 turns, at the start of the next turn, he will reflect damage. So you can't use damage reducers to prevent that unless the damage reducers last for multiple turns. So reducers like Ivankov will work, reducers like Smoker will work, but any reducers that are only for 1 turn will not work because it will happen at the beginning of the next turn. So we have basically 2 turns to kill him here. He has just over 1 million health, and we should be good now. We still want to attack with Koza first, right? Yeah. And with Koza boost and Dofi boost on my Arlong, I should do about 800,000 damage. 900,000 damage. Excellent. Here we go. Oh, and another orb on Arlong too. Super duper. That is the Mihawk free-to-play way to do it. The Shanks doesn't matter. Shanks is basically anybody. The only reason I have Shanks is because he had the most health on my team, and I just picked him. You want to bring someone who gives you anti-lock orbs, especially like we saw. If we had that anti-lock orb, we could have just pushed it ahead of time. But there you go. There is Hawkins. 30 stamina down. No problem. Ivan Zenigami. Try to get that level 2 anti-lock if you can. If not, level 1 anti-lock will work. Another team will be Double Gear 3. That works out pretty okay. The problem with Double Gear 3 is you only have, of course, 2 attacks to hit. So you're kind of like super fingers crossed on an orb on a Gear 3 team as well. Anyways, guys, Ivan Zenigami. Can't say my name. Good luck with Hawkins. Y'all stay beautiful.